Noodles might seem simple, but behind every strand is a fascinating journey that begins thousands of years ago. In northern China, archaeologists discovered the oldest known noodles, over 4,000 years old, made from millet and shaped by hand. From these humble beginnings, noodles evolved across cultures, taking new forms and eventually becoming one of the most widely consumed foods in the world. Today, industrial production allows us to make millions of servings per day with extreme precision. But how exactly does that happen? Let's break down the process from grain to packaging, uncovering the steps that turn basic ingredients into shelf-stable, ready-to-cook meals. You'll see how modern factories manage temperature, moisture, structure, and speed balancing science with scale. By the end, every bite you take will make more sense. The journey of instant ramen begins with its most fundamental component, wheat flour. Delivered in massive quantities, this isn't just any household flour. The specific type is the first critical decision in crafting the perfect noodle. Factories typically choose a medium protein wheat flour with a protein content between 10% and 11.5%. Unlike high-protein bread flour that creates a tough, chewy structure, or low-protein cake flour that results in a delicate crumb, this middle ground forms a gluten network that is flexible and elastic, but won't turn rubbery during processing. Before it even enters the production line, the flour undergoes rigorous quality control. It's tested for precise moisture content and uniform particle size, as any deviation can affect water absorption and dough consistency down the line. Into this carefully selected flour, manufacturers add the ingredient that truly defines ramen, kansui. This alkaline salt solution, traditionally sourced from mineral-rich lake water, is now a precise mixture of potassium and sodium carbonates. Adding kansui raises the dough's pH, which interacts with flavonoids in the flour to create ramen's signature yellow color. More importantly, it firms up the texture, enhancing the springy chewiness known as koshi. Other minor ingredients are also precisely dosed. Salt is added to strengthen the gluten and add flavor, while stabilizers like guar gum might be included to improve texture. Depending on regional requirements, the flour may also be fortified with trace nutrients. With the dry ingredients combined, water is carefully measured and sprayed into the flour during mixing. The goal here is hydration, not kneading. Unlike bread dough, which is mixed until it forms a smooth, elastic ball, ramen dough is intentionally undermixed. The objective is to create uniform, crumbly granules where every particle of flour is consistently hydrated. This crumbly state ensures water is evenly distributed throughout the batch. The mixture is then left to rest for about 15 to 30 minutes, allowing the moisture to fully penetrate the flour particles. After this brief maturation, the hydrated crumbs are ready for the immense pressure of the sheeting process. From here, the dough goes through a series of heavy rollers. This is where gluten alignment happens. The sheet is pressed thinner and thinner, starting around 4 millimeters and often reduced to under 1 millimeter. This gradual thinning prevents tears and ensures a consistent bite. Once the sheet reaches the correct thickness, it's passed through cutters that form the noodle strands. A mechanical wave roller adds that familiar crimped shape, helping them pack tighter and rehydrate faster later on. Next, the noodles are steamed. Steaming sets the starch and begins the cooking process without making them mushy. This is done using conveyor belts under controlled steam jets, usually for 1 to 2 minutes. The temperature is maintained close to 100 degrees Celsius, and timing is everything too short, and the noodles are raw inside, too long, and they get sticky or fall apart. The goal is precise gelatinization, just enough to lock in structure. After steaming, the noodles move into one of 2 drying systems, depending on the product type. Fried noodles, like those in classic instant packs, are passed through an oil bath at about 140 degrees Celsius. This quick fry removes most of the moisture while puffing up the noodles and giving them their final texture. It's also what makes them rehydrate so quickly at home. Final moisture is brought down to just 3–5%, low enough to stay shelf-stable for months. For non-fried noodles, hot air drying is used instead. Air tunnels push warm air, usually between 60 and 90 degrees Celsius, over the noodles in staged zones. Humidity is carefully controlled to prevent surface hardening, which would trap moisture inside. The drying can take up to 45 minutes, and final moisture content is slightly higher, usually around 10–12%, but still safe from microbial growth. From raw ingredients to the final product, quality is paramount. Throughout the entire process, dedicated quality control teams monitor everything, operating under strict food safety protocols like HACCP. They conduct constant surveillance, taking samples and logging data at every critical control point to ensure nothing is left to chance. It all starts before production even begins. They test incoming flour batches for protein and ash levels. Protein content directly impacts the noodle's final texture and chewiness, while ash content is a key indicator of the flour's purity. During steaming, they check noodle firmness and cookability by sampling batches every hour. This ensures the noodles will rehydrate perfectly for the consumer, achieving that ideal texture without becoming mushy or brittle. After drying or frying, technicians measure oil content, moisture levels, and noodle weight using high-speed analyzers. These parameters are critical for shelf stability, taste, and ensuring each package meets its label weight. To guarantee food safety, most plants run microbiological checks daily, screening for contaminants. Any deviation from the baseline triggers an immediate line halt and a full system inspection. Once the noodles pass all quality checks, they move to packaging where speed meets precision. Cooked and dried noodles are portioned usually into 75-gram blocks and placed into pouches or cups. Automated check weighers verify every single portion, rejecting any that fall outside the strict tolerance. Next, seasoning sachets are added by robotic arms calibrated to sub-gram accuracy, ensuring consistent flavor in every meal. To maximize freshness, some lines use nitrogen flushing to remove oxygen before sealing. This simple step helps extend shelf life significantly by preventing oxidation, which can make oils go rancid and noodles stale. Finally, seals are checked using vacuum pressure tests to ensure they are airtight. As a last line of defense, every single package passes through metal detectors or advanced X-ray units before it hits the conveyor for boxing, ready for shipment. Inside every cup or pouch is more than just a quick meal. It's the carefully calibrated result of chemistry, physics, and sophisticated food engineering all working in perfect harmony. This isn't just food. It's a marvel of modern food science, designed from the ground up for convenience and consistency. Instant noodles are meticulously designed to hydrate quickly, cook evenly, and deliver consistent, predictable results. This has to be true whether you're in a high-altitude city, a humid coastal town, or a dry, arid climate. The science ensures it just works. The reason they're ready in 3 minutes isn't magic. It's the intentional design of the noodle block itself. The flash frying process creates microscopic pores that dramatically increase the surface area, allowing hot water to penetrate and cook the noodles from the inside out with incredible speed. Now for some fast facts to put this phenomenon into perspective. According to the World Instant Noodles Association, over 121 billion servings of instant noodles are consumed worldwide every single year. To put that another way, that's more than 16 servings for every single person on Earth. The largest consumer by volume is China, but the cultural impact is massive in countries like Indonesia, India, Japan, and the US, each boasting unique flavor profiles that cater to local tastes. This global story began in post-war Japan. In 1958, Momofuku Ando introduced the first instant ramen, chicken ramen, seeking to create a food that was long-lasting, easy to prepare, and affordable. By 1971, his company introduced the cup noodles format, revolutionizing how the world eats on the go. So, the next time you pour hot water into a cup of noodles, remember that you're reactivating a product that's been precisely engineered for that exact moment. From strict quality control on ingredient balance and moisture targets to the very shape of the noodle block, every part of the process ensures it works the same way, every time, anywhere in the world. From scientific innovation to a global cultural staple, the story of instant noodles is a fascinating one. If you found this journey insightful and want to see more deep dives like this, please consider subscribing to our channel and liking this video. It truly helps us continue creating this content for you.